And Trump also says, and it's been implied, that we're going to deploy a limited ground force to maybe disassemble Iran's nuclear facilities or its ballistic missile launch platforms because, one, in the event that Iran falls apart, that is going to be a huge concern. All this highly enriched uranium, these centrifuges, who will that fall into the hands of? And maybe you create so much chaos in Iran that you can deploy special forces, get them in, get them out, and they disassemble everything. Maybe that was the whole plan. And then number two, here's the other problem. Even though it has been reported that we've destroyed half of Iran's ballistic missile launch platforms and we've hit them 2,000 times, and they say we're going to control their airspace in a couple of weeks, Iran still has half of its ballistic missiles. So they still have a huge stockpile, and they still have the ability to launch the missiles. And historically, this is tricky. Last year, we bombed Yemen for a whole month, and they were able to launch missiles. And that's this tiny movement in the west coast of Yemen. We could not stop them from launching missiles. Iran is 3 times the size of Iraq. It's a huge country. They've been preparing for this for 30 years. So it's like, if we can't stop the Houthis from launching missiles, you can't stop the Iranians from launching missiles. They got way more of them, way more territory. And the last thing I will say is that Trump has now changed the conditions for victory. In the opening phase of the war, he said, well, we want an uprising and we want to destroy their missile system. Now he says we want an unconditional surrender,
right?
Which is scary because this is like Japan. This is like Imperial Japan in World War II. Now it's an unconditional surrender. You want Shiite Muslims to unconditionally surrender? How the fuck are you going to get them to do that? You don't want to invade. You're not going to invade. You can't bomb them into submission. You know, so how are you going to get these people to agree to that? We didn't even get Maduro's government to agree to an unconditional surrender. So that scares me. That sounds like nuclear talk.